In the early hours of September 21, 2025, the skies over Crimea seemed calm, but behind that silence lay one of the boldest and most sophisticated UAV operations Ukraine had ever carried out. At 3:10 a.m., a Bayraktar TB2 reconnaissance drone detected a dual heat signature, evidence that two MiL-My-8 Russian helicopters had just landed deep within occupied territory. What seemed like a minor event triggered a chain reaction, culminating in a strategic strike that shook the entire peninsula. The base where the Mi-8s landed was not a temporary stopover. It was one of Russia's last remaining strategic air bases in central Crimea, a logistical hub crucial for redeploying attack helicopters, conducting maritime patrols, and supplying frontline units in Kherson and Jankoy. More importantly, it housed the Nebo radar, an early warning system capable of detecting stealth aircraft and tracking hundreds of targets simultaneously. According to Ukrainian intelligence, disabling this base could cripple the entire southern air logistics chain, opening up a 90-kilometer-wide strategic blind spot in Russia's air defense network. Immediately after detection, the thermal imagery was transmitted to the command center in Zaporizhia. There, commercial satellite imagery from Western partners quickly confirmed unusual activity on the runway. The combination of frontline drones and satellite logistics has become an effective intelligence weapon, allowing Ukraine to pinpoint the base's exact location, fuel stockpiles, ammunition depots, and radar positions. With this approach, Ukraine didn't strike blindly. Every attack was the result of hours of data analysis. The operation was codenamed Ghost, and true to its name, it was a complex three-tiered plan. Tier 1. Two UJ-22 decoy drones would fly at medium altitude, emitting strong signals to attract Russian radar. Tier 2. Three Lu-196 strike drones would fly low and silent, using only inertial navigation. Tier 3. An electronic intelligence team would monitor signals to identify radar blind spots and calculate the attack window. This bait-and-strike tactic had previously allowed Ukraine to breach air defenses around Moscow and Kazan. Now it was being redeployed with deadly precision. 3:27 a.m. Russia's Podlet K-1 radar detected two unidentified objects at an altitude of about 300 meters. Alarms blared. A Panzer S-1 battery immediately opened fire, launching over 250 rounds to destroy the decoys. Russia believed it had neutralized the threat, but that was the fatal mistake. While the air defense system was catching its breath to reload, the three strike drones slipped through the radar gap at just 100 meters altitude. 3:33 a.m. The battlefield turned into hell. Lu-1 crashed into the Mi-8 maintenance area, triggering a blast exceeding 58 psi and destroying the entire sector. Lu-3 struck two Beriev B-12 patrol aircraft, causing a chain of secondary explosions. Lu-2 targeted the Nebo radar, turning Russia's eye of the sky into a pile of burning metal. Within 7 minutes, the strategic base was obliterated, the radar destroyed, aircraft incinerated, fuel and ammunition depots detonated. Estimated losses exceeded $180 million. The consequences went far beyond material damage. With the radar disabled, the entire northwestern Crimea fell into a 90-kilometer surveillance blind spot. Air transport routes had to be extended by hundreds of kilometers. More importantly, Russia was forced to redeploy air defense units already stretched thin on the Eastern Front, weakening its entire defensive network. According to UK Ministry of Defense, the incident marked a turning point in Ukraine's UAV tactics, not merely to destroy targets, but to force Russia to rethink its defense posture across the battlefield. The Russian Ministry of Defense remained silent for hours after the strike, releasing only a vague statement about a technical incident. But satellite imagery, local footage, and OSINT community analysis confirmed the full truth. A strategic base had been leveled by just 3 low-flying drones. The message to the Ministry of Defense of the Russian Federation was unmistakable. The era of relying solely on radar and surface-to-air missiles is over. In modern warfare, victory is not achieved through numbers, but through intelligence, technology, and tactics. The events of September 21st, 2025, were more than just a successful attack. They were proof that modern warfare has entered a new era, where inexpensive drones can defeat billion-dollar defense systems. Ukraine has demonstrated a simple truth: flexibility, creativity, and intelligent technology integration can change the entire battlefield. And that is what Moscow now faces. Not a weaker enemy, but one that has learned how to turn intelligence into power. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our latest military analysis.